Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm back. I shaved. I don't know. Just kidding. I don't shave my face. Thank you again. I want to say thank you again to Dash Hooper, who covered the Tuesday morning brew last week. So I could go and be with my daughter, Delilah. She had field day. You know how it is at the end of the year. They do all these things. And it was scheduled for the week before on a Thursday. And then it rained, so they rescheduled it for Tuesday at 10 a.m. And I was like, no. So thank you very much to my bestie Dash. I quit. I'm gonna start the show over. All ready? I'm gonna push the button. Here we go. Just kidding. Dash Hooper, who covered the show. Thank you so much. So what have I been doing this last week? Path of the Pale Rider number 8 books have been ordered. I already approved proofs. Like, I use Artist Express, and I cannot say how much I love those guys. That's a great printer. And they're so quick, and I've always had a great experience, and they're fast. So I don't know when they're showing up, but they're going to be quicker than just about everybody else that I have used in the past. So those books are on their way soon. I have bunch of stuff piled up back here. I have, you name it, it's back there. I think do I have anything left to make? No, I don't. Everything is made. So it's just a matter of getting the books, putting them in the bag on board, and putting all the goodies together and shipping it out. In the meantime, if you guys have not signed up for the trade paperback, this is going to be launching, I'm looking at July 3rd. So definitely the first week of July. That first Friday is the 3rd. That's what I'm thinking, as long as I can get everything lined up. But the art is done. It's just a matter of formatting and bonus material, which I'm having a lot of fun putting stuff together. You're going to see fan art in there. I have additional journal entries from Jude St. Clair. There is an original short story written by my friend David Howard, aka Nem. Good morning, Michael. In the world of Path of the Pale Rider from a perspective of a whole new character. So that'll be interesting, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I really liked it. So I figured this was a great place to put it. So lots of good stuff in here. Just as a reminder, if we get to 100 pre-launch follows, I will send everybody another mini book. So this will be the cover for the second volume, which I'm working on the back cover right now. So I'm very excited to send everybody all these goodies. Of course, we will have hot sauce. We're going to be adding 2 characters from our Undead Petting Zoo to this campaign. You're going to get Green Eggs and Ham, my friend. We're going to get the Undead Piggy, Kevin Bacon, and I don't think we've named the chicken yet. But those 2 are going to be on the campaign, along with Sad Pancake plushies, and of course, everybody's favorite customizable mini trades. So lots of good stuff on there. I haven't even shown you all the things that are going on. We're going to have stickers for returning backers from any campaign. So if you want to come back and back this campaign, there's stuff here for you. I want to give a shout out to... I was scrolling because I was looking around. Simon Says, this is a graphic novel produced by 2 of my friends. This is Jeff Muth, and it's being produced by Hourglass Comics, which is my buddy Von Fox. And it's a gorgeous looking, creepy book. So show it some love. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. This one needs some love. Here it is. I backed. Which one did I get? I forget. This one. I got the early bird Speak No Evil cover. So pretty cool. I'm going to drop that here. Good morning, Pops. So that's what's been going on. Lots of everything. Just been busy running around like a chicken with no head. I've been formatting William Russell's omnibus that's going to print. We're just waiting on one more thing. I think someone's missing an ad for the interior. And then once that's in there, then that's going to print and like it's ready to go. So been staying busy. Yep. That's it. All right, enough about me. Let me bring my guest in today. You all know him. It's Rick Molchan. Hey, good morning, Rick. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. It's
Hey,
it's
one question
pouring
you didn't
rain.
answer.
What?
Field events. How did your daughter do?
At field days, it's nothing competitive. They have like water slides and they play Foursquare and she was drawing with chalk. So she did great, I guess.
So I rate this as how many pictures did you take?
Probably 12.
Oh, it was a good day. Okay.
Yeah. My in-laws were there too. So my husband's parents live in our sub, which is great because it just makes it so easy to see each other for like, oh, we can see each other for an hour. There's no obligation to see each other for hours and hours on end because you're gonna drive. So it's great. Yeah, thanks, Dash. Last week, everybody in the comments was like, Laurie, you've changed. Like, Laurie, you need to shave. Yeah, I don't have a beard. We're not going there. So thanks again for hosting the show, Dash. Appreciate it. So I could 'cause Rick, your kids are grown. That time goes by so fast where they actually want you to be there, you know?
They
So
cared to about 3 years ago. Then they didn't care anymore. It was
exactly.
it was getting the car that changed everything. Once they have a car, freedom, independence, like I really don't need you. And now I'm going to show I don't need you. So
Thanks a lot, kid. Like, but mine are still little. They're 9 and 12. So they're at that point where they really want mom and dad to be there. So I try to get to as many things as I can. Good morning, Glenn. He gave one to you too, Rick.
hey, Glenn.
So you've been super busy since the last time you've been on the show.
Crazy busy,
Yeah.
crazy. You want
Tell
me to
me
start
about
with
it. What have you been working on? What's going
well,
on?
we have a lot of things going on. We're really excited about, of course. I got to finally release my debut book.
Mhm.
Very happy about that. That's the Blue House. I got to do a
Mm.
shameless plug, of
Yeah,
course.
let me see it.
Hey, and
Ooh.
covered by Les Garner, by the way,
Of
for
course.
people that follow Les. But this is something I was very proud of. Took about 4 years to write it. I hate to admit that, but that's how long it did take. Blue House, I've gotten great reviews about it. People seem to love it, but you got to like a little horror, a little creepiness. You don't have to be a diver to get into it, but it is a little bit about diving. But I love this book. Very, very, very proud of it. It's the best thing I've ever written. Like I said, though, it took 4 years. Sadly, it's a trilogy. So I guess, my God, we're going to have to wait 4 more years for book number 2. But I do
Doesn't
have a
have
lot of.
to necessarily be 4 years.
I don't know. I'm so ashamed about it.
Oh,
But I am actually super excited about it. Like I said, I've gotten lots of great feedback about it. It's actually led us into the haunted water program.
yeah.
Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate that. Les did also the interior art. When I say interior art, I want to be
Ooh,
very careful. We did like some
see.
sketches. Wait a minute, that's if they're sketches. So Les would do some of the sketches I had him do inside the book.
Cool.
But so it makes it even cooler. It's great to have had Les do some pieces for me, but it led into our haunted water thing, which is super exciting because we're putting our team together. We are really excited about our team. Hopefully, Pops out there is going to help us a little bit, but we have a dive team that actually goes around and we look for paranormal dive sites and things like that. We've done some places already, like Bermuda Triangle, Lake Lanier, Operation Hell Storm, which is out in Plow, or not Plow, but Trunk Lagoon. So we've done a lot of things already. We look for things local. The team is a great team. I've got to do a quick brag. I've got if you follow us on Haunted Water Facebook, not Haunted Waters, but Haunted Water. Haunted Waters is a band, but Haunted Water. We couldn't be plural, so it's just
Yeah.
one water. One water communicates with all the other water in a horror way. But
Water's all
please,
connected anyway. It's all one water.
it is, and that's why I
Right?
was okay with it.
Yeah.
But so the band is wrong and we're right.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
But anyway, so follow us on Facebook. We put up our adventures there, but we're slowly putting together our team. A quick shout out to my team. I have Shanna, who's our one of our core members. She's great. Of course, she's my significant other. I have Psycho on there, who is a world championship micro wrestler. Yes, he's like 4'4". I taught him how to scuba dive. He is so excited about being a part of this team. He loves to be part of the paranormal team. I've got a mortician named Drew Kennedy, who's awesome. I mean, come on. He's a mortician. How more spookier can you get? But he's got his code name as well. Got Taylor Hall out there too.
Wait, what's his code name?
Oh my God, what did I call?
Psycho?
The Last Rites. The Last Rites is his code name. We were going to do the Undertaker, but that was like way too obvious. And it's like, so because he was a mortician, he's like, we kept going back and forth with names. It's like, how about Last Rites? He's like, man, I love that. That's me. That's me all the way. And I went, cool. It's yours, Drew. It's yours.
Scary.
And then, of course, Taylor, who actually we have a big announcement that we're going to be making in a couple of days. When Oz 3 goes up on Kickstarter, it'll go in pre-launch probably this weekend, I'm hoping. We have produced a true music video for it.
What?
And I mean, it is awesome. We call it the Amy Lee version of doing Oz. So Taylor did that. It's really, really good. I really like it. I was very excited when I got the first cut on it on Monday. So it's definitely people want to listen to it. But Taylor's on it. Very creative young lady as well. And so the team's coming together. It looks really good. We go and find spooky stuff. That's going to help me do the setting for the ending on book 3. Because book 2, I've already got in my head, just nowhere are words written down. But I have a certain ending I want us to do, and I want us all to go to a certain scary site I know about and do a little work on it because I want to add it into the book. And of course, for those that don't know, this book is actually based on a true event that happened. My kids and I witnessed something. Swear it's true. It's not made up. I know everybody says that, but if you ask my kids who don't even like to read my stuff, they'll sit there and say, yeah, I can't explain it. This is what happened. It's not a made up story at all. So
I just have to say, paranormal stuff scares the bejesus out of me just anywhere. So if like asylums or, you know what I mean? Like it scares me. Then you took it underwater, which I'm already afraid. Like the ocean, deep water, where it's so dark and there's things down there and there's so much water over the planet. And so you just play into like every single dark fear that I have. And then I went to this page. Of course, this is the Amazon, everybody. I shared this link in the chat. This is it right here. So you can go order this book. But I was reading the description and you were talking about across cultures, water has never been treated as neutral ground. Cenotes were believed to be the mouths of the underworld. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I went and Googled it. And it's like a sinkhole that's full of water.
So we just, and Pops know this because I hopped on a cast he had last week. We were actually in Belize last week. There's a place called ATM. I cannot give you the real what that stands for. I'd have to Google it because I can't say the words. They called it American Tourist Missing, but it was in a cenote. And what made it so cool was you had to drive 7 miles into the jungle. Then you had to hike like 2 miles. Then you went into an open cave that you had to swim like 500, 600 meters. Then you had to hike to the back of the cave, which is probably like 2 miles, something like that. Anyway, the reason I tell you that whole story, it was an old cenote, which is what you were just talking about. And there's 14 perfectly preserved skeletons in the cenote that a a forensic anthropologist found, who works out of Southern Arizona University. And he convinced the country to preserve the site, not to pull any of the pots and pans, not to pull the weapons out, not to pull the skeletons out, not to pull any of that out. And when you talk about, we went to see if we could get any kind of readings, things like that. We didn't get anything, but we did go look because that's the whole point. You're not always going to find stuff, but we wanted to explore it. But when you talk about what you just said, when I go into a place like that and I see nothing but the water the whole way, and they considered this place the sacred place that opened up to their underworld. And this was the Mayan culture. And you see where you can tell that they actually sacrifice. And I think most of the people were between, I'd have to Google it again, but between 13 and 24 years of age. So very young people that you see that they sacrifice, and you can see the weapons that they use to sacrifice. And you knew why they were doing it. You found out that they took samples in there, and the core samples, and they can figure out when there were droughts. And ironically, it was during a huge drought, just like tree rings. It tells when there's droughts with the calcites or calcium deposits they have in there. And all these sacrifices were done during a huge drought. And of course, they're talking about going to the underworld. And so they sacrificed them during the time of their drought to their deities in hopes that it would bring rain and appease the gods, if you will. So it has that spooky feeling because you have all those around. But once again, it goes back to the whole reason why I wrote that book. And yeah, water is to me one single entity, and it communicates. And hey, every time you see a story about space exploration, what's the first thing they say? Hey, we got to find a planet that has water on it because it supports life. My contention is it also supports death. I mean, it's the reason it's the most powerful creation, if you could. I mean, it creates things like the Grand Canyon if it wants to. You know, water has that great power, but water also leads for life and also leads to death. It's the one combining aspect of everything. So that's kind of the premise of my book, and the power of the water and spirits. And when you see a cave like a cenote like that, and you see what they've done in it, and they've kept it perfectly preserved. I think it was from 600 AD. It's kind of wild. It's a surreal experience sometimes.
Have you gone scuba diving into like caves? That to me is the scariest thing, because that's where we hear the most stories of people not coming back. There was just one in the news, Rick.
The 4 Maldivian guys.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a theory. Shannon and I have been going back and forth about this theory. I don't think that you're going to find out, I think, in the next 2 days that somebody panicked and ran out of air. But there are theories out there, if you want to get ghostly about it, was there a little pressure and it changed things? Or one of my favorite scuba dives, which is actually referenced in the book, is a place called Angelita Cenote. It's about 30 minutes outside of Tulum, Mexico. You drop down about 90 feet. There's a 10-foot hydrogen sulfur cloud, and it's really, really thick.
I wanted to ask you about that too. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and if you go through that cloud, if you could take out your regulator, you would die instantly. It's poisonous. If you stay in the cloud, you'll start feeling a numbing effect. Your nose will get really weird feeling. You'll feel weird irritation on your skin, stuff like that, because you're sitting in poison. So your goal is to get through it and get under the cloud. It's a very spooky thing. So obviously there's lots of different haloclines, depending on freshwater mixing with saltwater, things like that can cause that. These are all very spiritual places to the Mayans. The Angelita Cenote, what makes that place so amazing, besides that 10-foot cloud, that sulfur cloud, which, I mean, is just unbelievably thick and fun to go through, is the people that own it is a Mayan family who still live outdoors. They have a roof. They have no walls. They have a bathroom. It's called a tree. All their cooking is done on open fire out there in front. You basically walk through their property between their bathroom and their house to go to this dive site. You pay them $10. That's kind of tribute to it. And you go diving in the Angelita Cenote. The place we just went to, the ATM, talking about how they still revere these people. The Mayans revere them, even though it's owned by the country of Belize. When you get to the final resting spot of these skeletons, you have to take off your shoes and walk in socks. You cannot walk around in shoes. You can't they won't let you wear bathing suits. I just told you had to swim into the cave. You can't wear bathing suits because they see it as being very disrespectful.
Oh, you have to go nude?
No.
I was like, what are you doing?
Oh my God, they'd run me out for sure.
I was like, what's more disrespectful?
That would be.
You're not allowed to wear a bathing suit, a wetsuit.
No. I think you could get away. I think what they want to avoid is like the Americans that wear like the flamboyant weenie bikinis, or
Yeah.
women wearing thongs and things like that. They would see that as disrespectful. So I wore river shorts, is what I wore, which
Gotcha.
looked like normal shorts. And I wore a dry fit shirt, actually my paranormal scuba diving dry fit shirt. Shannon wore basically the same thing, so that we were showing respect. But it just goes to show, I mean, they're hardcore about it. They actually
Yeah.
say, those aren't swimming trunks, are they? It's like, well, how? And I asked the same questions, like, so are we going nude? Because I'm not sure about that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
no. We
what's
just,
the solution for that then?
the solution is you better make sure that you are modestly dressed and you look
Okay.
appropriate. So not a suit and a tie, but that goes back to that point about showing respect and being very mindful of those
Yeah.
traditions, and that they follow them very seriously. They don't care how much you paid. You're out of there. It's like, you're not getting in here. So cool
Interesting.
stuff though.
Yeah, because that was the other thing I was gonna ask you about is do you think like when the divers go into the cave, and this could be what happened in the Maldives, where they found a pocket of something down there? Because I've seen it where some of them you can't even see, it's just straight up chemical, and it sits at the bottom. So if you go all the way to the bottom and you immerse yourself, you're done. But it's like, how do you do you have equipment for that? Like, how do you avoid
Ooh.
that?
You don't have equipment for that at all. Now that, and people will say that you've got equipment for everything. No, you don't. Once you see a cloud, you would know to stay away from it because it could be poisonous or something like that. But now, while that's a theory that you just said that I've heard, of course, I
Yeah.
think we'll know a lot today because they're going to bring up 2 of the bodies today and 2 of the bodies tomorrow. But I think somebody ultimately got nervous. They ran out of air. They started doing heavy breathing. You can't go up because you're in a cave. You've got to go out.
Right.
I think somebody shared their air. This is my theory only. Nothing
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
proven this in any form or fashion. But I can see somebody getting nervous. Somebody shares air. But then once that happens, you start
So you have
panicking,
2 people with no air.
and you have 2 people with no air. And so the other 2 came and shared air. Now they're trying to get out, but they run out of air, because the only reason I say that is they said they found all 4 bodies together.
Yeah.
And if somebody got decompression sickness or illness or narc, or if they did hit some kind of sulfur cloud, my theory would be they kind of be spread out a little bit more. Even though we stay together as a buddy, if you get decompression sickness or you start acting foolish, think about 4 drunks. If you have 4 drunk guys out at a fraternity, they're going to spread out at some point. You're going to have 2 maybe off together and 2 off together. All 4 of these were together, which makes me think they were trying to help each other. So
Yeah. Bummer.
it's a sad story. It very much is. And like I said, you'll hear today, I think we'll know a lot. There'll be a lot of interest about it. They say they were on recreational air
Yeah.
and not on Trimix. Once again, don't know all those facts about it, but I'd
Gosh.
be a little curious. Like I said, I think somebody probably panicked because you're talking about what you just said, Laurie.
Mhm.
It's dark. It's
It
different.
scares the shit out of me, excuse my language, but I ain't going. And I think that tourists should think better, where it's like, if you've never gone scuba diving or you're a novice, cave diving is for the advanced people. Stay
You're
out.
supposed to have a whole different certification for cave diving.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Where it's just like, I can't. It just scares me. And especially these, you call them cenotes.
So notice, yeah.
It's something completely different where it's coming straight up from the ground and you don't know what's in there.
So a lot of people
Very,
don't realize we actually have in Florida. I took when we were talking about Psycho, who's on our team. I
yeah.
took him to, and once again, if you go to Facebook Haunted Water, you'll see a video of where we did this. I took him. There's 2 cenotes. Well, there's actually several that you can go to here in Florida that are actually
Yeah.
really cool. Devil's Den, what a cool name, Devil's Den.
I'm out. I'm already not going. Thanks. You call it that, I'm doubly not going.
I guess Devil's Ear is not the other place you'll go to then either.
No.
Okay.
I'll wave at you from shore and be like, bye. See you when you get back.
But they are beautiful places to go, and they are kind of fun. I have done cave diving. I actually quit cave diving because I think I'd be one of those foolish, stupid ones, because I feel like you can always push it a little bit further. And somebody like you know, I teach, when I teach this, a lot of people don't know. Yes, I write comics, I write books. I also teach scuba diving, and I also teach the paranormal scuba diving. But when I teach, women are better divers than men. And I say that because women are usually, they listen, first of all. Sorry, guys, they just do. Second of all, they're more cautious. They'll sit there and say, nah, we're not supposed to go do that. Whereas guys, we always have this, I don't know, there's a connection in the brain that says, I can go a little further. Let me see what happens, you know, and
I don't think that's just in scuba. That's just everything. Because I always send videos to my friends where I'm like, reason number 457 why women live longer. And it's always a dude that's like riding a bike on a rail down a mountain. And you're like, why?
exactly right. That's exactly right. That's so true.
That's so scary. So, okay. So we have the water and we have the book, which I would really want to read that. But then we're also, you have a live Kickstarter right now.
We
So
have a live
you're
Kickstarter.
busy.
So GASP, this
Oh
is
my
GASP
God,
number
yeah.
one that we just did.
They-
This is GASP. We're super
Ooh.
excited. I wrote the feature story in here about Spearfinger. It did really well. Caught us off guard. It is basically an anthology. GASP actually started 30 years ago. A little history, because I probably did not tell you this before. So GASP started in the hotel room. And actually, if anybody buys GASP 1, it tells the story. There's a guy named Drew Hayes, who was one of my favorite guys. He did Poison Elves, I, Lucifer. Super cool guy. I actually have a cover of his coming out. He died many years ago, and I never got to use the cover. He did for me for Paradox. But he and I and Mike Cohen, or Mark Cohen, Mike Cohen, Mark Cohen's the singer. We're sitting around. He did Stranger Tractors. We were all sitting around a hotel room and said, hey, how can we get people involved? And so GASP actually stands for Giant Anthology of Small Publishers. And so what we do is we go out and we do our feature stories, and we try to find somebody else that does another story in it. And we either put the artist or the writer together for them. In this issue that we put up is Tucker Johnson. He did the story. Les actually did the art for that story. And it is doing really well. I was super excited about it. We introduced the new Belladonna character in this story. I write a story where she basically kills the crypt keeper. So she gets rid of the old guard and takes over the new guard. So GASP 2 went up about 3 weeks ago. I think we've got about a week left in it. I'd have to look, or maybe 2 weeks. And so we are rocking and rolling with it. Super excited about it. So there's the story as you're scrolling through the art that Tucker did. And it looks, Les pulled off some Frank Miller-like rain scenes there, which look really, really good. But very happy with the book. Can't believe we got funded so quickly. But you know what? Number one got funded really quickly, too.
Yeah.
And I think people like the idea of the horror anthology, letting us bring in other people. So we have somebody new in every issue that comes out. And it's a great chance for us to sport our wares, if you will, but having new people in there as well. But we're doing awesome right now with it. And Pops, I just noticed that he was looking at the animated trailer. The trailer's really cool for GASP as well, but it's a fun book. And like I said, it is a book. It's got about 7, 8, 9 days left on it. I encourage anybody, if they want to read an anthology, learn a little bit more about GASP, like a little horror, want to see some really good art and storytelling, please pick up GASP. As you see, I have the GASP hat. We actually promote GASP. My goal is to actually, probably in the next 2 to 3 years, after I've got 3 big stories I'm trying to finish, I would like just to work on a GASP group, a GASP awards thing, a GASP everything, just focusing on GASP and us working with everybody else that's independent. I think that would be fun. That's kind of my goal. I think we're getting there, and I think we're getting responses from people. It's like, hey, we like kind of what you're doing with GASP. It's not all about us. We are trying to do things with everybody else. So.
You know, when I first got into the scene, people were asking me to do anthologies, and I didn't know much about them or how they work. So I was just like, no. But at this point, I've done a couple and I really enjoy them. I think they're great. I love having them on my table because it gives people other options besides Path of the Pale Rider when I have them on my table. It also helps me exercise my writing chops, right? Because I've done different horror, I've done superheroes, I've done westerns, like I did just a couple, like the sky's the limit. I'm working on one right now, Fade to Black, which is just prose. And it's 2 stories that are not horror, and it's like there's outside of my realm. So I just love the idea that you can pick up these books and you can get a wide variety of stories. And it's like you might find someone that you really enjoy their writing style. It's like maybe they're there to support me, but Rick's story is in there too. And it's like, I really like how the way that Rick writes. And then they can go find other stuff that you've done. So,
well, it's funny. Gasp Zero, when it came out, the really cool thing about it was I had Stephen Bissett, Rick Veitch, Drew Hayes, Bat and Lash, myself. I'm trying to think who else was in that original book. We had some big time independent guys that were, John Tolbleton did the cover, so you got the whole Swamp Thing crew in that one. And so when that came out, that was, I knew we were onto something. We actually sold 40,000 copies of that when that came out.
Wow.
So we did amazing with it. And actually Gasp 1 was going to be our first Diamond book back. And of course, that was before the Diamond explosion or implosion, and it changed everything. So happy with how this is working out. Pop said we can play the video. Do you mind if we play the video?
I would love to. Oh, in the studio, even better, because it's always hit or miss from the website. Let me go look here. In the studio. He just put it in, so it's probably at the
with
bottom.
Rick Veitch and Stephen Bissett being the original people, then, and Drew Hayes and I, it's kind of a Drew Hayes and I thing. And I hate that guy was one of the nicest guys you could ever meet in comics. And if you've never read Poison Elves, it's definitely one of those old independents to pick up. You should read. So
definitely. All right, let's play the video. I'm excited.
Evening, darlings. It's about time to start this show. Get on out of here. That's my set. My name's Belladonna Lamort, and I'm just hopping on screen to tell you, if y'all ain't checked out the GASP Horror Anthology from Resolute Bliss, then y'all about as silly as that dusty old bag of bones. So what you waiting for? Head on over and sign up at Kickstarter now.
Nice. She is cheeky.
She is cheeky, yes.
So I was going to say at this point, though, we were talking a bit about this before the show started, but the new Kickstarter ban, not really, I don't know. It's the same rules, but they're kind of doubling down on the rules for not suitable for work. Did this trigger?
We got banned. We got banned immediately.
From this. And she's fully covered.
She's fully covered, I guess, because there's some cleavage showing. I was very upset about it. I went nuts over it because I want to be very clear for any listeners or for anybody sees, we do not show sex. We do not show nudity in the books, or there is no graphic of any of that kind of stuff whatsoever. No offense. I can go to any pool and I see more than this. Yeah. So, but we got banned. We got pulled down. And even after I sent a couple of emails, I was upset. I'm like, I don't understand why we're pulled down, because there's absolutely nowhere it says that you would see graphic nudity or anything like that. I love it, banned. Rick should be word of metal. I didn't say anything. And of course, this is the worst that you see right here. And the problem with this was they finally put it back on, and then they still threw a kind of a threat out there of saying, hey, Stripe can still take you down. And you and I were talking about that backstage as well, because we've seen a lot of creators, all of a sudden they're 10 days left, 5 days left, 7 days left. They've got $10,000, $11,000, $12,000
gone,
and it's pulled back.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's monitoring it. I don't know if they've got some kind of weird like AI thing that's just going through and arbitrarily picking things. And I would hope they wouldn't, because the whole point is we're not supposed to be doing that. So not sure what's because I can't believe that a human would look at that and say, oh, this is one that needs to get banned. We got to go ahead and stop it right now, kind of thing. And I've seen some things on Kickstarter that
are way worse.
So much worse.
I'm just worried that because I mean, like in the description, Kickstarter rules, it said no tight clothing, and I'm like, superheroes all wear spandex
and underwear on the outside of their spandex.
Yeah, so I'm just, how much are they going to police? Where it's like, I don't even know if comics can continue if you have superheroes or you have a female that's attractive.
I mean, to me, so let's play that game that you just said. That character you just saw on GASP that's up there versus Wonder Woman. If I put any Wonder Woman cover up there in that, which one's going to get banned? Well, they both should under that criteria that you just said, because Wonder Woman actually wears the same amount of clothes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So that's where I'm like, how far is this going to go? Or I feel like, Rick, that they left it purposefully vague so that way they can pick and choose.
That subjective point. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about that one.
And I think you're right. I think there's some kind of AI that's like, boobs banned. And it's just like, you have to have some kind of reasoning. And this is why AI is a problem. It's like, we have to tell everybody when we're using it, but they don't. Right.
And that's my thought about that. It's like, we have to tell, but there's no way I think a human person looks at that and says, oh, well, that's less clothing than Wonder Woman. We got to ban that. I just, they would look at the pictures that you just looked at. You rolled down, you saw the pictures. I hardly have any women in any of those pictures as it is.
Right.
And there's definitely no sex or nudity of anything else on there. So something had to trigger it, and that's the only thing that could trigger it. So
Michael says, from what I've seen, someone talking about it can't be anything sexual. I believe they're making their way for the big 3 publishers to move to crowdfunding and make it less crowded for them. Oh. Why do they need to come to crowdfunding? They don't
have distribution. They have distribution and money.
And this is concerning to me too. This has been something that we as creators have talked about. Like, for example, when Berserker with Keanu Reeves came to Kickstarter, and it was like, do you really need to be on this platform? And of course, Kickstarter isn't going to tell them no, because they're getting paid, right? A percentage of whatever that campaign makes. So they're not going to say no. But it's like, there's no reason why this type of book needs to be on crowdfunding. Zero.
So, Laurie, let me ask you this. Have you heard, has this been, we don't do Indiegogo or Zoop or anything like that. We should. It's just, it's a time thing. Has anybody complained about this from Indiegogo or anything else?
No, but I don't think people are using those platforms as much.
You don't?
Okay. Okay. From my experience, I ran an Indiegogo one time just to get the experience of that platform, to see what kind of, because again, Kickstarter is known for that organic find where people that are already on Kickstarter can find me without them being in my algorithm. So on my social media, whatever, Kickstarter will push projects of all kinds, right? Yet Indiegogo does not. I had a campaign and I purposely did not promote the same amount because I wanted to see that organic find. There was 6 backers on that campaign, and they were all people that I sent the link to. So not only do they shadow ban, so you can't search people, but they don't, from my experience, no one found the campaign organically, 0. And so that was the experiment that I ran. So I don't know. I haven't run a Fund My Comic yet. That's probably where a lot of people are going to go. I know people are talking about Zoop. Zoop doesn't seem attractive to me because Zoop runs the whole thing and you don't get input. Like, you send them your images and they create the page. They decide when you can launch. I had one guy run it. Yeah.
The other thing is, I tried to do a Zoop campaign, and you have to have 50 followers that you send them automatically before you get to do it. So
that's what I was going to say. He did all this promotion to get followers, and then they're like, "We're going to launch you," and he was like, "Wait, I don't have anything else booked." So it's like, how do you plan your marketing if you don't know when they're going to launch your campaign?
Exactly.
It's just, and then again, I went to their page, and it's like, I think they had 5 campaigns live at the time. So there isn't really a big cross organic find. There isn't, because there's only 5 campaigns. So again, here we are, right? So are we staying within Kickstarter because they have the biggest kind of organic find? Are we all going to Fund My Comic? Like, what are we doing?
So Fund My Comic is actually one that I want to start using, and I have not. I did Zoop, I did Indiegogo. Yeah, Billy Tucci does she. He swears like you do it on Kickstarter, and then the moment your Kickstarter ends, you copy paste and dump it on Indiegogo, and that's his strategy that he uses. But my strategy, like I said, it's a lot of time because I've got GASP running, and then we have Oz, and I'm about to kick up our new Oz thing, and I'd love to show a video of it, blow you all away. But I just got this morning. I'm excited about it. But
cool.
So we're about to set up Oz. But when you're doing that constantly, and of course, hey, you have life, your kids and things like that. It's hard to start copying these into other platforms. So you try to find the best ones that work for you. And as well as I do, once you start building up a following, you don't want to abandon them. Yeah.
No. Who was it? My buddy Von Fox, I was talking about, that does Hourglass Comics. He ran a campaign for a book, and I can't even remember. I had never heard of this platform. And I was just like, Vaughn, can't I just send you $20, man? I was like, I'm going to see you on Friday. I want your book, but I don't want to create another profile with another password that I got to put my credit card information in. So I'm guilty of that too. So asking your whole following to go somewhere else. Hey, John Westhoff. John Westhoff has run a Zoop, by the way. So this is my experience of watching someone run a campaign on Zoop was from John. And so I think he's probably getting bombarded with questions right now.
Like I said, I have a Zoop up there, but I've never done anything with it. And I just, because once again, they said the 50 followers kind of thing. It's like, okay, I just got to do something else. So.
Yeah, I see. And that's the thing, is that Kickstarter makes money off of these. And just recently, Rick, didn't they have they were talking about making a new category for mature comics?
Isn't that
Didn't they just do that?
I thought they did. Yes.
So I was like, why are we, and this is my thing, because my book is the same way. Like, we have a pretty girl in it now, but before that it was like, it's just a dude in the apocalypse. Like, we got undead animals, right? We're
that
cool.
could be pretty risque. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I could go that way, but we usually don't. That's not what my story is about. So, I didn't really have that to push, but you see creators all the time get sucked into I'm going to have a naughty cover to make more money is a gimmick. And now it's like, well, now we're going to push that more, with that mature category. And now they're like, now you can't even do that. Well, I guess it's like you can, but you can't show the image. And with a comic, that kind of defeats the purpose,
So it's funny you said that, because I have for Oz 3 or 4, I think Oz 4. Yeah. We actually got he's a legend. Love the guy. Been a fan of his forever. Tim Vigil to do a cover for me. From Klaus fame and some other things as well. I've always been a huge fan of Tim Vigil. Well, Tim, part of the deal that we made was Tim said, I'll do you a normal cover, but I want another cover too. And I went, so we have a mature cover. And I said, okay, we'll do a mature cover, because I'd love to get Tim Vigil on a specific story that I had been working on for a long time. I'd wanted Tim Vigil 20 years ago, if that tells you anything. So I'm willing to make that deal. But now I'm sitting there thinking, can I run that cover at all?
Can you do Tim Vigil, show the suitable cover, and then somehow you would have to say available in NSF, W.
Yes, I'd have to do something like that. I mean, I wasn't going to show it initially in the first place, say, throw it in your face, because once again, that's not what I do. That's not what my stuff is about.
Same.
But I did want to show him respect, because he said part of the deal was, hey, will you please do this as well? And it's for Oz. And he kind of had a Dorothy idea, and we had a scarecrow to make it kind of creepy, scary. So yes, I had always planned on covering it up and never being in your face or overtly in front of you. But we'll have to see how that plays out, and if that somehow even gets flagged initially, even though I'm very upfront with it. So, because
I
I
don't
think the
know.
argument is you can't sell anything that is that way. It's not necessarily posting, but it's also selling.
You're
And
right.
selling, that would change everything.
You're right, because that's what it says in the comments, right?
Right.
That's what it says in the rules. It says that we don't support this type of product.
Right.
So have to run it on your website?
I don't know. I when I run the Kickstarter, I can say we have a very limited variant cover. If you're a hardcore Tim Vigil fan, we got something special for you, and I'll run it on resolutebliss.com and see how that works. So
It's possible. I mean, like, you could how do you even
and maybe people get excited about
trying to
that.
find a loophole here, people. I hope
know,
Kickstarter just applies ages to all profiles, requires a minimum age for the campaigns of this topic. They're not going to.
I don't
I
think
don't
so
think they can
either.
police that because people can just fill in, they can lie. You know? I don't know. I
Yeah.
agree with you. That would be the easiest way, but how do you police that? Then they have to police it, and that's what they don't want to do. Is they don't want to add more. They're already using an AI filter on us.
Don't use AI, but we're going to use it to bust you.
No, that was something else that came up. Someone was like, they had posted it was Nick Capone. Nick, am I saying that right? Nick Capone. You guys can correct me in the chat. I believe it's Nick Capone, who had posted a cover for his upcoming project, and it got flagged for AI, and it's 100% not AI. And so Kickstarter kicked it back and said, it looks like you used AI in this. You need to click the AI button. And so when he appealed it, the answer was, okay, you didn't use AI, but click the AI button that says it is AI, and then explain to everybody that it isn't when you type in your chat. And it's like,
that sounds like justification to an AI bot is what that sounds like.
I was like, why? If we've proven that it's not AI, why do I have to click yes and then explain that it's not?
So, Laurie, that's a great point. And actually, this happened to me. I don't know if you know who Dejong is, a great artist from, I think, China. I can't remember. He's on all the tours and circuits and stuff like that. I had him do a cover for me for Paradox #1. It's a beautiful cover. It was not AI done. However, that was the exact time that he got busted at DC, or I shouldn't say busted because I don't know all the facts, but he was doing a Wonder Woman cover, a JLA cover, and a Superman cover, but he got a big deal. Somebody ran it through, it hit AI at being like 70, 75%. I don't know if it was or not. I don't know, but I know. So I talked to some comic book stores. I'm like, hey, how do you feel? I said, I don't do AI. I'm not promoting AI. He just got busted with AI. And they said, we won't carry your comic. I went, here's the thing. I've got the original art. Because the deal is I usually buy original covers, or I try to.
Yeah.
So I bought the original art so you could see that he actually did it. It wasn't AI generated. And he actually showed me I had the process pieces leading up to it.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, what I'll do is I'll run that in the comic so you can see the development of it. So everybody will know that there's not AI. Didn't matter. My argument is once you're tainted, you're tainted. It's kind of like the pedophile. Once somebody says that you were talking to the 12-year-old and you're looking creepy, you're creepy from that point on. There's no way of getting out of it. And he's still on the circuit. I think he may have used, I don't know, AI for the DC stuff because he got it all quickly, but I don't know that either. I know for my cover, he didn't because I have all the stuff. And I know I never got to release that cover because of that. And I will tell you, so a friend of mine and we decided to do a little game. We ran the Mona Lisa through an AI checker. Came back 72% that it was fake. 72% that AI generated. It was a Mona Lisa. Then, by the way, we ran through, I forgot who it was. I don't know. And I'm quite sure they evolve that stuff and change it. And I bet you if I ran through today, it probably fell to 40%, but it's not always accurate. I mean, Mona Lisa doesn't have 4 ears. I mean, you didn't catch that. Right. Okay. But we ran through something that was AI generated. And I remember, and I forgot what it was, and it got like 10, 12% less than the Mona Lisa. I don't know. It's not accurate. So.
See, the problem is that the AI checkers are also AI.
For AI chip, that's right.
So I don't know. It's a crazy world we live in, 100%. It's like we could talk about data centers going up and AI
China
nonsense.
just put $1 billion one in the air, so.
In Texas, they're like, we're going to put a giant one that has 2 nuclear power stations and solar and wind to operate this thing. And I was just like, where are we putting this? Because I don't want to be anywhere near that thing. And someone else made an interesting comment about that. They're building the data centers for the technology that AI is right now. But by the time they finish it, the AI technology will be completely different.
That's a good point. Yes, you're exactly right. Yes,
So then
I don't know. I don't know, but it is a frustrating thing, and the Kickstarter thing is frustrating. And like I said, I have that Tim Vigil piece that we have not ran yet. I'm also talking about the non-mature piece, and we're going to run that probably on Oz 4. But it's like, it's Tim Vigil, and I'm going to keep my word to him, but I can't put it on Kickstarter. I can't take a chance because it falls under the guidelines.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Right.
And so I think that's kind of what we're going to have to do. I mean, like I have a website that people can buy stuff from, and I really don't send people there because I send them all to the Kickstarter, right? And I'll put my back stock on there. But again, it's like, I don't really push that. Maybe
I love people to
come
to my website because we actually make profit off of the website.
Yeah.
Because, having to pay a third party, and ideally if all of us could come together and we could sell stuff through our website, we could probably
be the smart thing to do.
We could sell it cheaper to our supporters, and we could do more, and we'd actually make some money off of it. But we don't live in that world. But I don't push people to the website either. But you're going to have to push them to the website for some things, no matter what.
Well, I think that's the solution. It's like, I don't know about you, but when I run a Kickstarter, I am on everybody's podcast. I'm on everybody's podcast. The sucky part is that you're going to have to pay 2 shipping, or run it with free shipping and then fulfill it all together. That's an idea.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's on 2 separate platforms. But I mean, like that would be the solution is like, hey, this is what's on my Kickstarter. But if you want the naughty version, go to my website. There's free shipping because as long as you back the Kickstarter, you can get the free shipping. You know what I mean? And then they go together.
Yeah. And that's a good point. I don't know how many that would be, but as long as I think you were upfront and transparent about it, I think it can work. So
it's either that or I don't know.
I don't know.
Any books for little kiddos? Not from us.
All mine's horror. So
yeah, I think mine's mostly horror too. And I got superheroes, but it's not really kiddo stuff. There's a ton of creators out there though that do that. So definitely there's a ton of indie out there, 100% that do kiddo stuff. I would love to take a break right now and play our game. And then I want to jump back and talk about Oz, if that's cool.
Okay.
So right now we're going to play Would You Hug This? It's not ominous at all.
I'll say yes then, no matter what.
I don't know if you want to do that. Because I got some underwater horrors for you today, sir.
Ooh, I'm excited. Thank you.
It's time for hug or not. That's exactly right,
Okay.
Dave. So again, there's no points, there's no rules. You can hug stuff, you could not hug stuff. It's just meant for fun, so no pressure. And we're going to start out with this unknown creature. I have no idea what this is, so maybe you can tell me what is. What is it?
It looks actually really kind of cute. Look at those big blue eyes.
Yeah,
I'm going to hug it.
I ain't hugging that, but look at his teeth, though. They're like little needles.
I know, but look at those big blue eyes. It's calling you in saying, hey, just give me a hug and I can change the world for you.
Pretty sure it hypnotizes you with those eyes. And
oh my God, it is. That's what it's doing. You're right. I am hypnotized. I am pulled in. This is like a Disney creature that hasn't been fleshed out yet. They just need the bigger head.
Yeah, it's a Pixar creature. I have no idea what this is, you guys. So if anybody knows what this is, please let me know. And also let me know where it is so I cannot go there because I don't ever want to run it. Can you imagine? I don't know. Maybe it's a close up of like a sea monkey or something. No.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still no. The sea monkeys, they have that little side profile kind of thing.
Yeah, they're
I'm
weird.
hugging it. I like him. I think he's almost like Gizmo, but just a little creepier.
Rick, this tells me a lot about you. I mean, like the fact that you would do paranormal things in the water tells me you're going to probably be hugging most of these things. I don't know. We'll see. What do we got for the next one, a classic. I just thought it was funny. I don't know if you're hugging. Are you hugging the creature from the lagoon?
No, but by the way, we just did a dive where they filmed the creature of the Black Lagoon in Florida.
Yeah.
So they actually did that in Central Florida, but I would not hug him. We actually have a thank you page in the new GASP book that if they sign up for the thank you page, they get a limited edition print that we're going to send them just as, hey, thank you. It's comic book size. We're going to sign and number it. And it's of Gilly right there. And it's almost a similar stance. And we're going to sign number them and send them to people that support us that said, hey, we went on the thank you page. But I am not hugging him. He's scaly. I think he's smelly. And I just don't trust him. I mean, look at those hands. Anybody that can swim with your hands is untrusting anyway.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he would just drag you to the bottom and keep you there till you die. Seems to be, like kangaroos do that. Like they'll get you in the water and they just drown you.
Well, I didn't know that, but do kangaroos go scuba diving?
No. They just go into a body of water. Like if they're getting attacked by an animal, because their upper body is so strong. So like they've been known to drown dogs because they'll go in the water just up to their waist and they'll drown dogs that are chasing them. He may wash. Carrie, you may wash what? My car? I don't know if he'd be good at washing my car. I don't trust that guy neither. All right. I don't know if you could hug this one, but would you if you could hug Nessie?
So I actually went looking for Nessie, by the way.
What?
I've actually looked for Nessie.
Really?
My daughter and I, okay, here comes the judging, and go ahead and shut the comments off because I do not want to hear the next part.
I want to hear. We'll see what they say.
So my daughter, my cousin wound up getting us tickets to, here it comes, Taylor Swift in Ireland. And my daughter is a huge Swiftie, and I mean a big Swiftie. And it was cheaper to go to Ireland than to see her in the States. And you can catch a plane from Ireland to Scotland for like $80. And so we caught a plane. Now, it's actually hard to go diving with her. There's actually hardly any places to go over there. Ireland, you can't even, there's like one dive shop. It's an island. There's one dive shop. It's an island. And so Scotland, I had to go beg some people. And we just wanted to be able to say that we went looking for Nessie. But since I don't truly know what Nessie looks like, and I'm going to have to say I'm a half hug, half not hug, because I'm afraid what I'm getting underwater.
Yeah, I ain't hugging this. It's bigger. Probably has teeth. Probably same thing. Like, what is it? SeaWorld, where they just chomp on your leg and take it to the bottom and you are no more. So
we do. It's funny though, even though we did it, we actually want to go back and do a film production, and do a Loch Ness paranormal hunting. We think that would be cool. I'm not sure how many people have done it before. That's her.
Just make you go to Ireland and see Taylor Swift, sir. That's called kidnap and torture.
Actually, it was a good concert. Is a funny thing. That's why I said you got to cut the comments off because people are telling you apart.
I'm not a fan of Taylor, so I've never been to an experience to see her.
Well, it's my daughter, and I had a great experience with my daughter, and I will do anything
right, of course,
to live those last few moments with her and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Hey, we got to see the places where they filmed Game of Thrones, which was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Do that. That was part of the trip. And then where they filmed Star Wars on Skilling Island. I actually booked tickets and we went and saw that as well. So Ireland, actually, of all the countries I've been to, is probably one of the most beautiful places. So Taylor Swift's concert was okay when I get to see Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and I get to go diving or looking for Nessie while I'm diving. So
Hilarious. Yes, exactly. Daddy Donner bonus points. Swift is
yes.
meh, but so was Brittany, and look how that turned out. All right, next one. So we're 50-50 on this. It just depends. Mermaid
No.
or siren? Or does it make a difference? Are they eating you?
So this reminds me of every movie that you ever see. I say Benicio del Toro or something like that, or
Yeah.
a movie where they're going to have a beautiful woman in the water and she's
then she eats
definitely
you.
going to tear you apart somehow, some way.
Right?
Or the sirens in what was the George Clooney movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? No, I don't trust this at all. I'm running from this because the more I'll teach you a diving secret.
Yeah.
One of the things that we teach you is the more beautiful it is in the water, the more dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So lionfish, one of the most beautiful fish in the water, has 19 hypodermic needles on it and stuff like that. So because this already looks beautiful without me seeing it up close, I am swimming, running. No, I'm not hugging this at all.
How much research have you done into the validity of like mermaids, sirens, you know what I mean, through history, because when sailors were going like on big boats to cross across the ocean and they would see something,
Well, let's remember they're drinking a lot of rum. They're in salt air.
They're seeing manatees.
Yeah, they're on a boat with lots of rats and stuff eating their food. But there are actually, and it's funny you said that. I have done some research on this. There are some places that swear that they have mermaid skeletons. There are mermaid descriptions that are given hundreds of years ago. Before AI could create them and stuff like that. So there is some validity in the sense that there is some evidence. Whether that evidence is accurate or not, I clearly don't know that. But there's evolution. We know that evolution has done many different things. So something being able to evolve one way from something else, I could see be very truthful. But I do have a problem with sailors that come across, once again, talk about the heat is hitting you, you're dehydrated.
Yeah.
I don't believe that these beautiful mermaids are going to be coming out of the water, but I also do believe that there's many sea creatures that we do not have accounts for yet. And there have been many that have probably gone extinct over the past 200 or 300 years. And some of these skeletons that they have found, you know what? I can't say no. I just can't.
I wonder if they're meat eaters. That's the question. Comments say, is your daughter hiding someplace? Wave white paper if you can't speak freely. Puss in Boots are sirens and mermaids. Yes, we've seen some conspiracy stuff about mer people. There was something, it wasn't too long ago, I've got to say a couple years ago though, where it was like a big thing on TikTok where people were like, I went to this or I worked this very small elite dinner where they were eating mermaids, and I was like, what?
Oh, I didn't see that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a trendy thing where they're like, we're eating mermaids. So the rich and the elite catch mermaids and eat them. And I'm like, give me a break. Mermaids and Bigfoot hang out in Cancun. That sounds
Wait
fun.
a minute. Is that after you buy illicit drugs or before? Because I did not see them in Cancun.
I didn't think Bigfoot went to Cancun. There's not enough trees there. It's the ocean. And he usually like in between the trees.
And every photograph I've seen, yes.
He's blurry, right? In between the trees. All right. I have two more. Okay. This one was something really obscure that I had to look up.
Ooh, I love that image, by the way. What is that?
What is the name of this? I forget. Let me look it up. It was, man, I looked it up. What is it?
So we've got 5 fingers on this thing ahead, but it looks like the torso changes at the end. So I think that one's
Japanese cryptid. Japanese.
Yeah. I'm not touching it though. I can tell you that.
Cryptid. And this it's not a kappa. Ninjin. It's a sea monster called Ninjin, which actually translates to human. Connected to a Japanese sea monster myth. Like, I can't even pronounce that word. Like, they're just bizarre looking.
Yeah, I think I'd have to swim really fast. I think I want to write a story about that. Maybe Japan is where we need to go to do a little haunted water tours and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it like has a body. It looks like a dolphin. Has like the not like a fish tail, but like a whale or a dolphin tail, goes up and down instead of side to side. And I don't see any dorsal fin, right? But then it has a torso, arms with 5 fingers, and a human-shaped head.
Yeah,
I ain't hugging this either.
I'm not hugging that. I'd like to say I'd like to hop on it for a quick ride if I need to, but I don't think so. I don't think I want to be piggybacking with it.
We needed one of these to go rescue the people from the Maldives cave. That's what we needed, because it has hands. Could have pulled them out. So I don't know if they're nice or not. I really didn't.
Well, let's think about this, Laurie. You're in the water. You're not that pretty, and you don't have dorsal fins on you. You're probably not the nicest guy in the world. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna think not so nice.
I don't see a mouth either, though. So I don't know how these things eat, unless that mouth is there and we can't see what's inside of it. It looks like it has one giant eyeball.
Or it's that whole torso. It kind of opens as a mouth, and there's some kind of fins in the back that's just hard to see. I don't.
You're gonna have to research this one. Let us know.
Actually, so it's funny. After we hop off the show, this one actually shocks me a little bit. I'm gonna have to look. I will actually look this one up.
It's NINGEN from Japan.
Hmm.
So have fun with that. I was like, I don't know what that is. I ain't hugging it, but that looks scary. And then, of course,
he would be great on the haunted water dive team, though, if I could enlist him.
Yeah, I get seasick. I'll be on the land. I'll be on the walkie, like, don't do that, Rick. Get out. You're like, I'm gonna touch it. Don't touch it. Yeah, I could be the one naysayer that's always like, don't do that.
We need those people. We do
create drama.
Yeah. Like
That's what makes the show good, right? Someone's like, it's totally this thing. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. I'm too scared. And of course, we got the last one, which is the Kelpie. Are you familiar with Kelpies?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to hug this one.
Really?
I am. I'm a horse guy anyway. I'm hugging. I believe that I can be the whisperer for this one. I'm hugging it. I'm taking it all the way.
I don't know if these are friendly or not. Aren't they kind of ambiguous where they could be helpful, but they also are known for pulling people under?
They are known for pulling people under, yes. But I don't think it's going to take me to the depths of hell. I think I'm going to whisper to him. We're going to be okay. I think we're going to be friends.
Again, it would be so much fun to ride this. If he could keep you above the water, you could be above. That would be hilarious. You're above, your torso is above the water, and you're just. That would be really funny.
I think it'd be awesome. I think he's a beautiful looking creature. I'm all on that one. So
I'm still not hugging it. See, the thing is I would never be in a place to hug any of these. Not going in the water. So I'm glad that we found some of them that you would hug. So that's it. That's the game. Thank you for playing, everybody. And that is, of course, would you hug this?
I think I passed. I know you don't keep points, but I kept points, and I felt like I won.
You win.
I won with the water world, so I feel like I won.
And you found a new creature to research. So
I want to go look at Japan now is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I might be missing a good sight.
When Rick goes missing because he's been eaten by one of those things, it is not my fault, people. Okay?
It's exactly your fault. You started this.
No. Yeah, that's me on the walkie. Rick, get out of the water. Don't go in there. Glenn, what's this? I saw that guy off of Barbados coast a while back. Get the ninja. I'm afraid of that. Don't do it. All right, let's talk about Oz, Nightmare, and Emerald. And you were so kind to send me some images, which I would like to put on the screen. And
I want to say one thing about that image right there. So that guy that did that cover, his name is Alex Weatherly. The reason that image is important. He is writing a story for us that's going to be in the next GASP.
Really? Okay.
I tried to recruit this guy 25 years ago to work for me. He would not. He's the huge Tim Vigil fan, and it was kind of an homage for me to put his story in the Tim Vigil thing. I think this guy is going to be the next big thing. I really do.
Yeah.
I love his style. I love his work. He has worked with, he does a lot of inking work with a lot of big artists and stuff that's out there. This is his first real breakout kind of piece. I think it's awesome. Like I said, this is going to go on Oz 3. This is an Oz 3 cover. I said Oz 4. This is actually an Oz 3 cover. Super excited about this. And Oz 3 is shaping up. I'm very, very, very excited. We reimagined Oz. It's a story that I basically did when I was 8, 9 years old. I hate to admit that, but it was. As I got older, I've reimagined it a little bit more to keep it adult oriented. I'm so happy about this story. We are getting such great feedback on Oz. It's amazing feedback that we're getting.
Well,
I haven't come across anybody that says they hate the story.
Tell everybody kind of the synopsis, because it's really genius.
So it's really Dorothy. Dorothy basically started, what you discover early on is that Dorothy did originally supposedly went to Oz, and she came back and she was working for a writer, a publisher, and she said, hey, I want to tell my story about what's happening in Oz. And they said, great. And the guy that takes the story from her happens to be a guy named L. Frank Baum. He says, so he takes, and if you read Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz, it starts out in the very beginning. It says, I want to write story for children that take all the nightmares out. Mm-hmm. Well, what you find out is so that's the real L. Frank Baum works. So what you find out is she goes to work for Frank Baum. She wants to tell the real story. Frank Baum and the publisher say, we're not going to publish this. You're a woman. You can't write. You can't do anything, any good whatsoever. And so she wants to tell the real story of Oz. And the real story of Oz is the Scarecrow is the bad guy. The Tin Man is the bad guy. The Tin Man collects hearts. He's a serial killer, basically. The Scarecrow collects heads. The Lion isn't afraid of courage. Matter of fact, he has so much courage, he destroys armies. And they have been raised to destroy Oz. And Dorothy wants, and they go and they steal children and bring them to Oz. And that's how feeding that life force for Oz. That's how Oz continues to exist. Dorothy was the only one to ever escape. Yeah. And so she wanted her story told. And now in the big twist, which I will not give away, but there's a big twist of why when she goes back to Oz to fix things, you find out some things that really changed the whole Oz lore. But I didn't want it to be another Wizard of Oz story. I didn't want it just to be a horror Oz story. Right. But this is the actual Oz story that I kind of wrote as a kid. And then I fleshed it out when I got older after I started doing the paradox and all that kind of other stuff. And super happy about that. This cover, by the way, is done by Eisner winner Lan Medina. Love to have an Eisner Award winner on it. Love how he did the glass and the images on there. And you see from the shards, different characters and creatures. Love this series. Like I said, we've put some big name artists on it. Oz 3 will go up on pre-launch probably this weekend. We've been really lucky. Les and I are super happy with where this story is going. His art has done perfect. Omi's colors have hit a home run. Honestly, I feel like I've hit my stride in the stories.
That's awesome. It's always such a great feeling.
And here's the cover I want to talk about. So on June 7th, 2026, we are going to have our Kickstarter go live. We're going to be in pre-launch this weekend. The reason June 7th is that is Prince's birthday. In Minneapolis, they have the Purple Rain Prince Celebration week, and I actually went to go to it. They bring in all the old bands for Prince and stuff like that. I was a huge Prince fan as a kid. I thought he was one of the most talented artists that you could ever meet. I was lucky. If anybody knows who awesome. Keith Williams is, Keith Williams has done so much stuff for Marvel. He's a big time inker artist for Marvel. He's worked for them for 30, 40 years. The guy's super, super nice guy. He did this piece for me. He loved it. He jumped all over it when I gave it to him. That's, of course, the Witch of Oz leaning on Prince's bike. You got the scarecrow at the doorway where Apollonia was in the original movie poster. This piece, I just think pops. It's beautiful. It's one of the
cool.
prettiest.
I already was appreciating it, and then when you were like Prince, and I was like, "Doy," because look, the symbol is there. The symbol.
And,
of course,
she's wearing the Prince stuff, the Prince colors and everything like that. But it releases, like I said, on his birthday. We are going to do a very limited edition of these. I'm only going to do what sells on Kickstarter and like 25 extra copies to take to shows. I am such a big Prince fan. I'm trying to do something that's fun from my childhood. And I didn't intend to do that originally, but when Keith gave me this piece, and like I said, Keith is a big name. He actually is known for the Warlock Infinity. He worked with Tom Rainey and all those guys. He was the first, I think they called it the Black Editorial Marvel Crew. It was a famous group for years and years. He just hit a home run with this. When I saw this, I said, Keith, it's one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever seen. It's the best piece he's ever done. I told him that. I was like, I like a lot of your work, but this is it. So I love this piece.
So, okay. So this is the third book that's going to be out.
Oz 3. Yes. It'll go pre-launch this weekend. It'll go live on Kickstarter June 7th, right before we go to Heroes Con. We will be set up at Heroes Con. Hopefully we'll have GASP 2 at Heroes Con, but we're going to be promoting Oz 3 while we're at Heroes Con, and potentially another book if I can get it totally finished, but I've been working on for like 30 years. So I'm like this one that took 4. I actually have one I'm sitting on that took 30, but it's actually done. The editor has actually gone through it and done some editing to it and stuff like that. And he's waiting for me to approve it. And I got to get my butt in gear. Some of the changes, like some I didn't like. And, but if I can get that done, we'll actually debut that book there as well.
That's awesome.
30 years is not awesome. That's bad.
No, but I mean, to get it out, you know what I mean? Like to follow. I mean, like a lot of people, if you've been sitting on something for 30 years, it's just like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like it's fine. I'll just noodle it forever. But it's like to actually follow through on that thing that you've been working on forever and to finally get it out the door. That's commendable.
Well, and I'm cheating a little bit because it's based on the Paradox series. And so the comics, some of the comics had already been written and stuff like that. So a lot of the story had already been done. I just decided I wanted to make it a little bit deeper, a little bit more surreal. So I had a lot of backup stuff to it. But the goal is if I can get it out by Heroes Con, because it's done. It's done. We'll just see. So
I'll be excited to see that too. So I'm going to put up the Kickstarter for Emerald number 2, just so people can kind of get an idea.
Chris Bocculo cover. Can you play that video?
But yeah, I could play this video. Sure.
It gives people a really good idea of Oz.
Let's see if it will play music.
It's getting angry.
Yeah. There we go.
In the southernmost fields of Oz, the harvest sways in the wind with broken bodies and stolen faces. Yet even now, the powers of Oz whisper her name. She calls herself Glinda, a maiden draped in white, with 30 smiles and none of them her own.
What was that?
A princess who trades in flesh and heads. A sinister servant rises from the stalks, Bogler, a cotton and burlap nightmare stitched together from his master's cruelty. Will she make it to the dawn, or become another head in Glenda's collection? With variant covers from artists including Chris Bacalo, Gus Mork, Joe Rubenstein, Sam Payne, and special painted covers for the exclusive FrankenCon and CreepyCon editions by series artist Les L. Garner. Oz, A Nightmare in Emerald, Part 2. From Resolute Bliss. Now on Kickstarter.
Creepy.
You know, I was going to say, even though, hold on, I'll play the button. Even though Frank Alban was like, we're gonna make it kid friendly, she collects heads, man. What about that is kid friendly?
By the way, and that's his character. That's not mine. That was actually originally
That's my
his
point.
character.
It's like it's kid friendly. It's still not.
So the
Original
last
Oz,
two L.
right?
Frank Baum books, he knew he was going to die, and so the last two books that he wrote are a lot darker than his earlier books. And you see that those are actually my two favorite books anyway to read. As a kid, I was fascinated, which is why I wrote the story I did. I always felt like, it's like, well, wait a minute, where has this been hiding at? Because it is a lot darker. But yeah, they weren't kid friendly at all. So
no. I mean, when you think about it, neither was like Alice in Wonderland. I mean, a lot of the kids stuff.
All the Hansel, or not the Hansel,
the Brothers Grimm, and they're all dark, man.
Well, we were making the joke the other day, and we've all talked about this once before. Rockabye Baby, come on, it's a lullaby for children, but it's about a baby coming down, breaking its neck, and dying. I mean, how's that a good thing? So,
yeah, and I mean, like, even if you think back as a culture, the things we used to have songs about, "Ring Around the Rosie," "Pocket Full of Posies." We're talking about the plague.
It's awesome stuff. How things have changed. See, horror has always been the popular stuff. Somehow they came along and took it away, and now it's coming back, I think. So,
yeah.
But we've gotten awesome, and I have to brag because I'm really happy with Oz. We've gotten such good reviews on Oz. We have sold out a lot of the Oz stuff. We have, I've had to turn away a lot of orders. A lot of people they continue discovering it. So I'm super happy. I'm excited to see what Oz 3 is going to do when I throw it up on the pre-launch and the Kickstarter. I had people that actually said, hey, I buy a lot of books for the covers, but I read your story and I really love the story, love the art on the inside. So I feel like that we got people, I could be wrong, but we got people that actually like what they're seeing. And these are people that'll come by booths and it's like, oh, you're the Oz guys. And there's a couple of different other Oz stuff out there, and some people collect all the Oz stuff, but we definitely are the different type of Oz guys. And I don't know, I'm very proud with the product that we've put out. And like I said, I've gotten great feedback, and we are about to put out, when I put up this pre-launch video, I think it's the best thing we've done yet. So
that's awesome. Doesn't Les is the one that does all your stuff?
Les does, he does all. He actually did that right there, that piece, and he does the interiors. Yep,
he does amazing work. But I mean, like the animation for the videos is done by him too.
He used to do CGI. A lot of people did not know that, but he used to do a little CGI stuff. But I have him do it. He gets mad at me. I push him all the time, and he'll get mad again. I'm like, but you can do better. He's like, it's my best, and I'm like, it sucks. Come on, give me better. And then he gives me better. And he's like, I told you could do it. And he kind of gets annoyed when I say that. So, but I guess I know he does a lot of work for other people, but I keep him extremely busy. And I guess we've become partners in crime. He gets mad. God, please don't tell him I said this. And he actually maybe even logged on right now. He gets hurt anytime I bring anybody else's art, like a cover or anything. So, and the new Oz 3, and Les is so hurt over this. I know he is, and I just cut him off about it every time. We actually have a 6-page origin story of the lion. All right. How the lion came to be. So it's not even promoted on Kickstarter. It's just one of those things that if you discover that I've snuck it in there, it is, but it's its own 6-page story. Well, of course, Les is putting the book together. We're talking about, it's like, oh, you got to do these 6 pages. He's like, what 6 pages? I said, the origin of the lion. He's like, I didn't draw the origin of the lion. I'm like, I know. He's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, the 6 pages for the origin of the lion. He's like, well, I don't have time to get those drawn. I'm like, it's done. He's like, well, I'll get it colored. It's like, no, it's done. Omi's already colored it all too. He's like, what? And I could tell and I sent it to him. He has not said a word to me about it at all. He is totally shut, because I've waited for him to say, hey, because I asked him, I said, what do you think about the story? Tell me if anything needs to be corrected or fixed. And he's avoided that question every time I've asked him. So I know it's like, Les, man, I love you. You're my guy. We are together. So
right. And I want artists to know this because we love you, but we also understand how busy you are. And so sometimes we have to delegate to other people to have other things in the book because you are so busy with all of your things. We love you and we appreciate you, but don't get mad at us when I have I tap someone else, and it's like with variant covers too. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay. Like you're
so
doing
I'm really gonna
important.
out less on this one since you know less. So the scarecrow image that you saw that
Yeah.
I love, the one that you threw up there for everybody, that actually is going to be a cover on Oz 3, not that one.
No, this one.
It was the individual image on that I said was the new guy, that one. So I send this to Les. So Les will lie about what I'm about to say. So I send this to him. I was like, hey, can you look at what do you think? I'm just trying to get his opinion or something like that. Les goes, that's the worst piece of crap I've ever seen. He's like, who is this? He's like, and he went off on a tangent about how bad it was. He's like, this is the worst thing ever. And I said, Les, I said, calm down. I said, it's not bad. He's like, it's, and then his next words were, are you replacing me? Is that what this is all about? Are you replacing me? And I went, Les, no, I'm not replacing you. You are my guy. I have now, I'm loyal to you. You be loyal to me. I'm going to do some side projects. You're going to do some side projects, but we're going to finish this journey together. I promised you that on day one. He's like, wow. He's like, well, this is really good. I really like this work. He's like, this guy's awesome.
Now like, it changes.
Like, 5 minutes ago, you said it was crap. 5 minutes ago. Now it's like, I really like this guy. So this is how I take Les. If Les says he loves the stuff when I show it to him, he doesn't really like it. He wants me to use that person as much as possible. If he says it's crap, he's afraid it's going to be somebody I use more. And he doesn't want me to do that. So that's my Les secret.
Les, we love you. We're not going to replace you. I promise. Les, I need more covers, by the way.
I have him. So don't anybody be mad at him. I have him doing so much work right now. And
so I should leave him alone.
He is overwhelmed at this moment. I mean, he's trying to help people, but I hear him all the time in the background say, oh my God, he's giving me something else.
All right, Fish, you're up then. I'm just going to, you want to do a cover for issue 9? I'm just saying. I'm forever seeing things I forgot I did. I was like, wow, that's cool. Oh, crap, that's mine. Hilarious. Oh, my goodness. So that one is planned for this summer, right? June. So Pity Ma, just so you're aware, let me go back there. So that one is book 3, but I'm sure Rick will have an option for like a catch-up tier. This is
absolutely. We're going to have
Nightmare and Emerald.
Just some of the covers are sold out. Like I said, we've done really, really well on this. Shows people. I do extremely well at shows on this as they've caught on and stuff. We're actually going to do at Nirvana Comics a Books and Bourbon night where we're actually doing Oz 2. And I can't even bring in some of the other covers because we've sold out of those. But we do really, really well with this. And but yes, so this is all Oz 2. We will have some catch-ups for Oz 1 and 2 when we do Oz 3. I've already got it on the Kickstarter. Literally, that's what I was working on when you came into the studio, trying to make sure how many issues I had and how many I could still put out there for people. But I'm really happy. Les is happy. Omi's happy. When you get that many people happy, it's a good thing. If nobody else likes it, tough luck, but we are getting great feedback. We're happy.
The thing is, if you're into the things that you guys are into, you'll love this. You know what I mean? Then that's what I tell people too. Like the things that I'm into, if you're like these things, then you'll love my book, right? Because I write and I put what I like into my book. And that's what I love what you guys do too, because it's really, it's the epitome of your passion going into this story. And you picked people that really highlight the creepiness of it. And I think it works well. I feel bad for people that are like, I'm doing this because it's mainstream. And it's like, why? We get enough mainstream.
No, we need different. We need independence. We need people to put their creative energy out there. That's the whole point. And sometimes it's going to catch on. Sometimes it's not. But do stuff that you love. Do stuff that you really have a passion about, because then if the rest of the world doesn't like it, you feel strong about it and it's something that was important to you. But usually you'll find people that have that same passion. It's just us finding those people. So
Sorry, I sneezed. That was a sneeze. Thank you. I was trying to sneeze into the microphone. What was I going to say? No, I lost my train of thought. I sneezed it out my face.
I've done that before, but no, we're really super happy with Oz 3, and we hope people do check us out when, like I said, we go on pre-launch on Saturday. I'll send you a link. Hopefully you'll send it up on a show next week or so and say, hey, check out the pre-launch page of Oz 3. I'd really appreciate that. But we're getting great. I'm just very happy. Les is happy. Omi's happy. Fans are happy. It's nice to see that many people happy. So
that's what I was going to say. If you send me the link, I'll make sure I put it up next week to kind of follow up for people that were watching the show. Here's the link to go sign up for pre-launch. Make it easy for them. So
that would be awesome.
Hey, Ma, I got you. I'll send you the link.
And I'll take you scuba diving one time, and I won't show you anything scary. No. We'll protect you. We have a mortician.
We'll protect you. Says the man that's like, I'm going to go a little bit further, and I'm like, no.
Look at that. We can. If something bad happens to you underwater, he can embalm you. We got that taken care of. I mean, we can do things that other people could just imagine.
Are you plotting my death, Rick? What's going on here?
Well, people have been talking and money has been exchanged. That's all I can say. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was going to ask you earlier in the show, is there places to scuba that are interesting in Texas? What are those places called? The Sana.
You have the is it right there off
the cenote. Are there cenotes?
I have dove in Texas over there off somewhere near Flower Mound. Does that sound right?
Flower Mound.
Yeah, really? Or maybe I stayed in Flower Mound, but there is a place that's because you have the old oil rigs out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there is a place that I've been diving. It was probably like 20 years ago. But as in cenotes, which is your specific question, I don't know of any cenotes in Texas. I'm not saying that there's not, but I don't know of any. Florida obviously has a lot. Of course, you got to be a little careful with Texas. They get the flesh-eating bacteria sometimes in the water.
Do you see what I'm talking about? I'm never going, Rick.
So I have a funny story. Well, it's not a funny story. My daughter and I several years. So I lost part of my pinky. So if you notice, pinkies are actually different sizes.
Wait. Put it back.
So it got chopped off, and we were going to Texas of all places to go scuba diving. And the doctor looked at me and was like,
wait, back up. You can't just say it got chopped off. Please tell us more.
Oh my God, it's such a stupid story. I'd like, everybody's told me, it's like, when you tell the story, say something like a shark got caught in its tooth, or that you're saving somebody.
Slammed in a door? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, it was slammed in a door. That was it, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, my son was going snowboarding one morning, and I somehow turned around and got my finger caught in the door, and it chopped, like a good
car door, house door,
car door.
I've heard of this before. You're not the first person that I know that this has happened to, which is crazy. So now I'm always like, when I'm shutting the doors, I'm always like, where are my fingers?
When people see me shut the doors now, I look so dainty when I do it. I shut and I jump back like this, and I know people look like, what is wrong with that guy? It's like, because I lost part of a finger, man. So
fish. I know. I had to know too. Okay, you lost your finger, part of your finger, not the whole thing.
So we were going 2 days later. My daughter and I were going to go to Texas to go diving, and the place that I'm trying to think of to tell you, and I can't think of the name at all. I'll come up as soon as the show's over with, but it's off the coast there. And the guy said, chainsaw. My doctor said, don't do that. He's like, they're having the flesh-eating bacteria there right now. And so we switched and we went to Mexico and we dove in the cenotes because it was fresh water in the cenotes. So most cenotes are fresh water. And we thought, we'll swim in the fresh water. They keep it cleaner. We keep away from the ocean because I guess it's the heat that causes the bacteria to grow. So stayed away from it. But it was literally 3 days later after it happened. My son did get to go snowboarding. That was the good thing. My finger laid on the garage probably for a little bit. We tried to save it. That just didn't work. But a horrible, embarrassing story. But I can't do anything
So
about it.
my friend, her husband travels for work, like out of the country, and they were in France when his finger went off because the
With
same
what?
thing, the car, he had
Oh,
his
car
finger.
door?
Yeah, and it went, and she closed. I don't know if it was her or one of her kids closed the door, and off the finger went. And I think it was a couple knuckles, not just his first knuckle. And so just imagine trying to communicate in France to the surgeons trying to put your finger back on. Like, what a
Well, the
debacle.
funny thing about this car door thing is I don't know how it happened because I reached with my left hand to close the door and my back was to it. Some weird phenomenon. My right hand swung back. Yeah, it wasn't like I slammed the door like here and I had my hand here and it slammed on it. I
Yeah.
was closing the door, walking away, and somehow my hand slung back, and that's how it caught it. And I was in a hurry trying to get my kid's snowboard stuff in the car and stuff like that. And I don't know. It was just a really fast moment that happened. It's a freak accident because, like I said,
Wow.
it wasn't me facing the car. My body was away from the car. My back was to the car. So,
Weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I'm sure you have thought about it a lot.
I have thought about it way too much. Way too
How did I
much.
do this? Oh, by the way, I Googled cenote in Texas and 3 places came up.
Really?
We have Jacob's Well in Wimberley, Texas. It's about an hour outside of Austin. It says the world famous pristine artisan spring is a true Texas cenote. Limestone cavern pushes millions of gallons of cool, clear water into a deep swimming hole. Swimming reservations are required. Hamilton Pool Preserve in Dripping Springs, Texas. Let's see. Historic grotto featuring a 50-foot waterfall cascading over limestone. And then the third one is the Secret Cenote in Jacksonville. So I don't know if any of those were them. Located in East Texas, this banquet hotel is designed to recreate the serene, mystical atmosphere. So it's not. It says the grounds blend stone architecture, lush greenery, and water elements. So that one's not a real one.
Like I said, it's been so many years, I can't remember when I looked it up. And because
Yeah.
I just can't remember.
But now I know interesting things, and maybe I'll put my toe in, but that's about it. Like, I have a pool outside. That's about as venturous I get when it comes to water. I ain't doing it.
But water remembers, and water watches.
Water watches. Yeah, water has memory. Don't they say that?
Once again, if you read this book, you'll see how much water watches you.
That's scary. I don't like it. And the fact that we're 80% water of our body.
You know what? You're the only person that ever said that. I've known that forever, like, because I took biology and stuff like that. Most people don't realize how much we are pure water. So,
right. And so it's interesting to me that if water has memory or water has spirits, ghosts, memory, and you're putting your body in it and your body's absorbing that, like, well, obviously you are much more in tune to that. And maybe that's why I don't want to go in the water, because it freaks me out. So, I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, like, how much of your brain is water?
I
It's just a
mean,
big old sponge.
mine's probably all water because I don't think there's any brain left up there.
It's literally like a spongy material, right? It
is.
Right. So, I mean, and I think, did we talk about this last time about the scientists that would speak certain kinds of words at water, like water bottles, and then would use an electron microscope to look at the molecules and how it changed?
Oh, no, I haven't heard that. I didn't know that.
What? Oh my gosh. Water word.
You're gonna make me Google that.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. It was in a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? I don't know if it's older movie, but they were talking about how, like, if you speak certain kind of energy, like he did water bottles with positive words and then water bottles with negative words, and then went in with a microscope and looked at the structure of the molecules, and they were interesting. So it's almost like water again is absorbing the energy behind the intent. And they were like, well, if you're 80% water and you talk about yourself in a certain way, how much of that is impacting the water in your body?
I just do strongly believe that, once again, you have to have water to have life. I believe that water makes everything up that we need, us included. So many deaths, so many horrible events have all occurred in water. There's a reason things, whether you believe stuff or not, there's still energy of, the Bermuda Triangle and squadrons disappearing, and whether cenotes and Mayans known to go through and sacrificing people. And we need water for life. I believe water takes death. And I do believe that water can remember. And that's actually my whole premise on the story, is that water remembers. We also have in GASP 3, that's not the one that's up right now, there is a story that comes up. It's kind of a takeoff from the Blue House, but it's a comic book story about the water and how it remembers people. It will not be the main story because sometimes people don't get into that from a comic book perspective, but it'll be a cool backup story for people that find water either scary, terrifying, or just very interesting. So see,
all right, so for both of us. It's not, and I like to read that stuff more than I like to actually go experience that stuff. So I'd be much more likely to read the story than to try and live it myself.
Well, so it's funny you say that. I was just talking to somebody this morning. We're talking about on the Haunted Water Facebook page. We're trying to build more content on it. And the key to that is they're like, do you want only scary stuff on there? I was like, but see, here's the thing. I can put shark diving on there because shark diving is scary to a lot of people. It's not scary to me and to anybody on our paranormal team in any form or fashion. But then I was thinking about this, but diving in general is scary to a lot of people. Just being in the water, and because I've taught so many people that they've had freak out moments, that becomes a big deal. So it may not always be scary to me or to somebody else in the group, but doesn't mean it's not scary to other people as it is.
What's scary to me is that it's a 360-degree experience. And so there's things above me, there's things below me. And it's almost like lack of control. And I think that's probably the scariest part, is I don't know what's out there and I can't see it and I can't predict which direction it's coming from. So it's almost like feeling out of control in that environment.
So, Laurie, let's talk about this. How long have you had control issues?
With things that can eat me, that's a problem. You know what I mean? I still feel that way when there's bugs. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so afraid of spiders, because they can come down from here and be like, me, 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 and then land on your head, right?
So I don't like spiders. Please, 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 no. I do not like spiders. I do not like them. I have to tell when we were in Belize last week, right before I hopped on a call with Pops, and then we saw a house on the side of the road that actually looked just like this house on the back cover of my book. And so we stopped, and the guy that was driving us there, he says, "Oh man, be careful where you're standing." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" God, this freaks me out. There are holes in the yard, and they have scarlet tarantulas in there. So he's like, "There's tarantulas." I thought he was joking. I thought it was a joke. He's like, "Watch." And he'd put a piece of blade of grass, and you see the little tarantula legs coming out. I'm like, "Dude, that's not cool." And he's like, "The whole yard is full of these. What are you?" He's like, "You're the one that wanted to stop. I didn't stop. You wanted to stop." I'm like, I don't like that.
I'll be in the car. I'll be in the car.
So see, water doesn't scare me. Sharks don't scare me. Spirits in the water don't scare me. Spiders.
I'm the biggest scaredy cat. All of that shit scares me. I didn't want to go. I'm so scared. Control issues ever since the doctor smacked her to get breathing.
That explains so much.
I don't like the things. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't like it. That spider could be chilling in your hair all freaking day and you wouldn't know, right? That's what scares me. So, but again, take that and then multiply it by 1,000. And when you're in the ocean, because is it jellyfish? Is it, is it bacteria? Is it sharks? Can it eat me? Will it kill me? Can I step on it and it injects me with venom? I don't know. I just don't want to go.
Rockfish and scorpionfish. You can't do that. You're right.
I'm not going. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk about why Laurie Calcaterra won't be in the ocean today. This pretty much wraps up this episode. I just want to remind everybody all the amazing things that you can do to support Rick. Let me go ahead and start sharing these again. So we shared the Blue House, Water Remembers, which is Scary. This is on Amazon. We dropped that link, but you can find it on Amazon. This again talks about cenotes, which I learned about today. Learned something
Which
new.
is the root of so many scary adventures. And if you go to places like Belize or any place like that, and you want to see something really scary or spooky, they're going to drag you to a cenote. So,
yeah. So this one, again, we have. Let me go back. Where to go? I'm in the wrong one now. GASP. We have GASP number 2, which is live right now.
we have like 7, 8, 9 more days. Please support us. Support independence. We're trying to get more creators involved in GASP too. We got some cool things listed in the GASP. It's a very simple campaign, and we're trying to promote it as much as possible. We met funding within 4 hours, but it's something
we always need help. Yeah, printing is. I mean, we were just talking about how expensive printing is right now.
And shipping, and then we always get caught on shipping. We know this, and
Yes.
It's just nice that as long as we can keep meeting our funding goals, we're going to keep turning these out, and we're going to put an independent writer and an independent artist in every one of these books.
These are so cool. So, and then of course, Oz number 3, which we don't have a link yet, but is coming soon. So I will actually have that up on the screen next week, so everybody can follow. And Pity Ma, I'm just going to send it to you because she's very excited. So, are you going to be at any physical locations, Comic-Cons, book signings, anywhere in the near future, Rick?
We're actually a couple different ones coming up. We're actually in Dandridge, Tennessee for a book thing on June the 20th. We're in Heroes Con. Was that the 13th, 14th, 15th of June, I think?
Okay.
So Charlotte, please come by. Since that's a big creator show, please come by and see us, whoever's there. We're also doing FrankenCon, which is in Alcoa, Tennessee. A good creepy kind of show. We're doing CreepyCon in Knoxville, Tennessee as well. Probably going to do Baltimore Con, and that's going to be kind of the wrap of the season. We got a couple of signings. We got the Books and Bourbon event that we're going to be doing at Nirvana Comics on June 5th. So we've got a bunch of different ones, but like the big one, Heroes Con's coming up, and CreepyCon probably at the end of the summer as well. So
cool. Well, there's your chance to go see Rick, you guys. What I recommend is ordering the Blue House, and then take it with you to go see Rick and have him sign it.
But read it before you bring it, so I can ask you a question about it, because there's a question I like to ask everybody if they've read it.
I love that. Keep that in mind. I want to do that. Anyway, thank you again for coming on the show, everybody. Make sure you tune in next week to the Tuesday Morning Brew. We're going to have 2 guests on next week, as long as they confirm. I think I got to double check, but they were all gung-ho about coming on. So make sure that you kiss your babies, you be excellent to each other, and we're going to play some ads, and then we'll be out. See you all next week.
Thank you, Laurie.
Absolutely, Rick. All right, which ad am I playing? I don't know. Pick one. This one. What is Path of the Pale Rider? Oh yeah, Path of the Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse comic book series where death is broken. We're following a cowboy through the wasteland as he sifts through conspiracy theories trying to figure out what the heck happened. We don't have flesh-craving zombies. We have people whose soul didn't leave when their body died, and their mind slowly rots. There's no magic bullet to the brain, there's no escape. You feel pain, you decompose, you lose your humanity. And by the way, this affects people, animals, insects, fish. So do you have like 5,000 questions about how this world works? So does everybody else.
Ozzy, what are you doing? Come and have a look at this lovely book that was sent over.
You're wrapping in the bourbon.
Oh, go on and spit the bat out your mouth. No one can understand you like that.
Say how 5 dentists and all.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
She was only a child, carried off to a world too bright to be real and too dark to survive. A place our world would come to know as Oz. The yellow brick road is real, and its mortar is blood and bone. She thought she escaped. But escaped what exactly? Did she leave madness behind to find sanity? Or flee sanity to find a cycle of madness? She was told it was all a dream. He wrote it down as stories for children. But the truth has a way of clawing its way back to the light. Oz will always find her. This is not the Oz you remember. This is the one that was buried deep in the scared girl's mind. Clicking your heels won't take you home this time. Oz, the Nightmare in Emerald. Coming soon to Kickstarter from Resolute Bliss.
What is Path of the Pale Rider? Oh yeah, Path of the Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse comic book series where death is broken. We're following a cowboy through the wasteland as he sifts through conspiracy theories trying to figure out what the heck happened. We don't have flesh-craving zombies. We have people whose soul didn't leave when their body died and their mind slowly rots. There's no magic bullet to the brain, there's no escape. You feel pain, you decompose, you lose your humanity. And by the way, this affects people, animals, insects, fish. So do you have like 5,000 questions about how this world works? So does everybody else.